Hello everyone, my name is Tamano Imperial. I'm a T-Rex VTuber for anyone who is new here. It's good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well, and thank you for stopping by today. Welcome, welcome. And I see some people here already. Let's see, Monkey Darang, oh god, I'm going to mispronounce your name badly, but, Monkey, Daranja. Daranjika. Tamano, hello there, Monkey. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by today. It's good to see you here, and I hope that you're doing well, and same thing to everyone else that is here. I see Wix redeemed first. Very nice. So this is a very tired Wix who is very tired. Can I order NyQuil? I don't have any here, but I hope that you get some soon and you get plenty of rest. And I hope that you're doing well and that you have a good time here at the Spinosaurus Tier-List stream. And also, I see Rye Cookie is here. And howdy, Tano. Hello there, Rye. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you here as well. And I hope that you are doing good today. And I also see the unknown fire react is here. Oh, hello there. It's me. I just forgot to follow you, friend. Hello there, fire react. Good to see you. Hope you are doing good today. And thank you for stopping by the stream. And I see the message, Wix. I forgot to add the VIP again. Okay, what? Okay. Hold on. Actually, no, I can't. Hold on. Kind of think of wait. Hold on. Let me just get rid of this, because I need to go over to my Twitch dashboard real quick, so I can finally get that redeem going. Because I don't know how long it's been since I promised to do that, and I haven't yet. But I gotta work on it right now. So let's see, channel points, rewards, and let's see. Okay, VIP. Get VIP. Get VIP something. VIP status, I guess. In the Dinos channel. All right, there you go. And let's see how. I guess I'll make it 5,000. Sure, I don't know. I can make it smaller if need be, but there you go. Finally, we can finally have the redeem for VIP. So I added in now, so we can finally have that if anyone wants it. Awesome, mate. Thank you for redeeming hydrate right now, fire react, because I already need to get some water right now. That's better. But also, let's see, I'm doing fine as always. That's good to hear. Also, just woke up. Nice. I can get that. I have not been doing so well with sleep myself. As I see, Rye says, hey, Tamano, did you ever run into Sunken Rye? Possibly. But we may get into that in another adventure, which I hope to do tonight. I've been very lazy with adventures lately. I want to get back into the swing of things. It's gonna be incredibly hard to do because we just got back to college. Technically today, this is my first day back. So we're already getting back into a bunch of college work. Oh, at least I am. So that's gonna be fun, but as I see, Wix says Tweech. Alright, 5k good, just need 2k more. Alright, sounds good, Wix. And Fire React says, I redeem for healthcare. Well, I mean, I've done a few doctor adventures over on Twitter, so I think Chippy Tai qualifies as a professional doctor. In my personal humble opinion. Maybe. But anyways, I think it's time to get started with the tier list, which is kind of I guess like the main premise of today's stream. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and this time around I decided to do it for Spinosaurus. Mainly because it has such a diverse amount of, not really designs, but like, designs / reconstructions over the years. Because of how much we've been learning about Spinosaurus since it was first discovered. Plus there's like 1,000 more things to know about Spinosaurus in the future that will probably make every single image here outdated in like not a week, but like after like a few years. Also see Fire React says, So whenever I'm here, I redeem all hydrate, stretch, and posture checks in every streamer stream. Well, that's gonna be fun. I mean, I have water here, so I'm ready for spam. I'm ready for just a bunch of hydrate spams. I probably should get a cooldown for that. People have recommended I do it in the past, but how much I talk on stream, I feel like I need to get lots of water, or I'm going to just, I don't know how to word it, but it's just I just won't be able to talk. Oh, also see, I don't spam that loud. Alright, that's good. Alright, but anyways, I guess we'll get started now. So first we have, let's see, just want to make sure you guys can actually see it on stream. Alright. I think you should have a good look at it. So first off, we got this very weird looking Spinosaurus from around the very beginning of when we first learned about Spino. I kind of tried to like sort them between like who may be the oldest design. I might have gotten a few things messed up, but for the most part, it's in general like oldest reconstruction to newest one. But some of the ones that look like this kind of mixed around, because I don't know the exact dates for any of them. But yeah. Also, fire reactors. I only redeem it when it feels needed. Alright, that's good. Alright, so first up, this weird kind of quadrupedal Spinosaurus without the signature not Spinous, I guess Spinosaurid crocodile-like snout. The whole quadrupedal stance is taking right now. We'll get to that later. But for right now, just gonna say, oh, hold on. Oh, right, says, partner, sorry I have to go, but I'll be back. Alright, well, see you, Ryan. Thank you for stopping by, and when you do come back, hopefully we will still be here. Nowadays, because we're back into college and I am restricted to study rooms, I only have, usually like 3 hours or slightly above for streaming, unfortunately. That's why I tried to spend as much time as I could streaming during Thanksgiving break last week. Because nowadays I'm not going to be able to go past 4 hours. But yeah. Nice. Back to the Spino design here. I can't say it's bad because back then they didn't know much about Spinosaurus, so they did the best they could with this reconstruction. Plus, there's something of a special charm I feel there is to old paleo art. But like purely from a design perspective, I don't really care for this look of Spino that much. I don't want to be mean though. I'll put it at like C+, I think. So, right over here. Also see, the unknown fire axis. So, to me, funny thing is that it's, let's see. Is that it's 7:11 a.m. to me right now, and my alarm is literally at the same time this live stream starts, lol. But what are the odds? For me, it's almost the complete opposite. It's 6:12 p.m. So that's like, I think, 13 hours off. Let's see, Wick says, man, either 11 hours off or 13, I don't know. Wait, hold on. No, I think it's 13. That's what Wick says, man, I hate Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's getting to around that time when winter is pretty much here after all, pretty much. And then soon it'll be Christmas, hopefully. I can't wait for that. Particularly because, at least at my college, winter break is going to be like a month long. So that's gonna be awesome. Also, the unknown fire axis. Ah, yes, I'm at the other side of the world. Alright. let's see, next one. So it's got the bipedal stance at least. It's still got it's got no crocodilian like jaws. You can't really see the full its full look, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this picture full before. Actually, hold on, I'll go check to see if I can find it. Hold on. There's the old Spinosaurus. I'm just getting the old Spinosaurus from Dinosaur Train. Hold on, let me see. Oh, alright, I found him. I found the old man. Oh, here, hold on. Alright, hold on, let me try. Okay, I'm going to save this image, go back to their tier list, and I'll show it to you guys over here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me. Alright, here it is. I think. I don't see it. Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Alright, so here's the full look of the next image we got. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, personally. I mean, it's going, design-wise, I think it's going in the right direction, but in terms of aesthetic, I personally still do not like this guy very much. I'll see some messages right now. Yeah, let's see. Tired and cold, the wombo combo of I currently hate my life. And all of my night is way too cold, making me freeze. Same, I got 2 blankets. Same. So that face though. I mean, it has a very chubby face, I'll give him that much. And it does look very grumpy. Kind of like the pit bull of Spinosauruses, I guess. Still not sure if I like it very much, though, put it above the other one. Because at least it's on 2 legs this time. Alright, then we got this one here. Who's looking, I guess, in a little better shape. I guess his face looks a little more, I want to say dignified? I don't know if that sounds rude though. Still no long snouts like a Spinosaurus should have. But it's getting there. Also looks like it's got the thing that old dinosaurs have where usually they'll be dragging their tails along the ground instead of having them up in the air for balance. I do like the little pattern it's got on its tail though. That's kind of neat. I think I'll put it in B tier actually. I think this is when Spinosaurus is starting to go into the right direction. And again, I like that they're adding more like special details to the sail at least. You know, help it to stand out a bit more. Oh, as the Wick says, looks like me when I have to get out of bed in the morning. You know what? I can relate to that. I don't know which Spinosaurus you're talking about, but out of all the ones we've seen so far, all of them can somewhat relate. Alright, so next up, we have another old, let's see, the grumpy face one. Is it this one by any chance? Oh, the one in highest rank of C, yeah, is this one. You know what, I can definitely see this just being me when I need to wake up relatively early to get to my morning classes. I can definitely see that. College is just rough right now, but at least we got this time just to relax and have fun. And Wick says, yes, classes stink. They do, but you know, education, it is important. Even though so far college hasn't really been helping me think about what I want to do in the future. I mean, it's better than like going out into the real world right now. Because I am not ready for that. Also, Chikib says, have fun, Darino. I will. And thank you for stopping by, Chikib. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you have a good time over at the Spinosaurus Tier-List stream. Also, Wick says, what's worse, college or high school? Actually, I will say, I think college is better than high school. Because, I guess actually, I don't know. It's still, you know, not the best, but unlike high school, the classes in college are a lot shorter and you have a lot more free time. The issue is that in place of like extra long classes, they give you a lot more homework that you need to do on your own. And I am not good with time management, so you can see where that ends up. But I would say overall it's a bit better than high school. I mean, at the very least, I feel like they offer a lot more like clubs and after school stuff and events than what my high school did. So that's something. There's a stronger sense of school spirit here, I guess. Not entirely sure, because I can't word, but like I'm an introvert, so I don't really go to too many of these events, unless my parents make me go. But yeah. Also, Wick says, I am always energetic as long as it's not in the morning. Pretty much the same for me, except I'm way more energetic at night, I think. Kind of. Also, I know Fire React says, I'm literally in high school. Same for Wix, and I have a fun and chaotic class. That's good to hear. I wish I had classes like that. Not anymore. Yeah, lucky. And also, Fire React says, I'm an introvert, I think? I don't know. Imbovert. What's that? I do not know what that is either, Wix. Hold on, let me just look it up. Let's see. Oh, it's a mix of introvert and extrovert. Hold on. Really? I want to see it. Because I've never heard of this word before. Imboverts. Okay, I don't see any results for it, but I do see ambiverts. Yeah, someone has a balance of extrovert and introvert features. I feel like I've gotten better at talking to people, thanks to streaming, but I still feel like I'm more of an introvert than extrovert. Like, I feel like one of the main things of being an introvert is that being around people, drains you of energy. Whereas, I feel like, as far as I know, extroverts get energized from being around people. And I definitely don't really get that energized from hanging around, like, at least hanging out with people in the real world. It's a bit of a hassle for me, even though it's fun at times. I just don't do well, like, in social places. So that's why I'm fairly sure I'm more of an introvert than extrovert. Also, Wick says, I'm the biggest extrovert you will ever meet on the internet. Perhaps. There may be others out there. Who knows? We've yet to see. Also, we got another Spinosaurus design to get to before we finally start getting to all the long-snouted boys. So let's see. Alright, so the sail is starting to look a bit better, actually. I don't know how to word it, but it's looking more. Something about it looks more right than the other Spinosaurus' sails so far. It's starting to look more like what most people would expect from a Spinosaurus. In terms of actual design, though, it's not that different from the one in B tier, but there's not too much special going on with it. Like in terms of like its pattern, it's just a darkly colored sail on top of a more lightly colored general body. No like fancy patterns or anything. So I think I'll put it in B tier, right beneath this one. Also, the unknown fire reactors. I get all energized and everything. Ooh. The ultimate power of any human. I wish I could get that. Usually, I feel like I'm being drained of energy. Even when I'm by myself, it's like sometimes I'll just be like, I just want to take a nap. Just want to take a nice long nap or stay in bed all day. Sometimes I get bursts of energy. Other times it's just I want to go to sleep right now, even though I have so much I need to do. So much. And Wick says, I'm more extrovert than Najimi, aka anime girl that is very extrovert. Also, the unknown Fyrax says, it's probably a Filipino thing, getting all energized. But regardless of how it works, I'll say you're lucky, and I wish I had that. Really, that would be fun. That would help, like, make, I guess, just in general, life a lot more fun if I was always energetic. Otherwise, it's just kind of monotone usually, except when I'm streaming where I get a bit more energy than I normally do. Because it's the only time I ever actually feel comfortable talking to people. Otherwise, outside of streaming, I basically never talk to anyone. But yeah. So anyways, now we got two, I guess, rather old designs of Spino that look like very wetland themed, I guess. Like darkly colored green. This one over here. I don't know how to word this. There's something, I guess, special about the sail, like how I think bits of it look kind of torn up a bit, and there's some holes in it. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels yeah, I can't word, but it definitely sticks out compared to some of the other Spinosaurus' sails. And I think it looks kind of neat. Makes it look more, I guess, in part of the environment. Possibly a reddish colored bush or something, if it were to be hiding underwater. I don't know how to word it. But also it does have the infamous crocodile-like jaws. And overall its body shape, it looks pretty good for at least for the time that this was made. This was definitely made before 2014 when a certain paper came out, but I think in terms of general aesthetics, this looks pretty darn good. I know Kid Me would be all over this thing. So I'll put it up in A tier. Oh, I also see more messages again. Let's see. We have Wix is lurking. Alright. Well, thank you for the lurk, Wix. I appreciate it. I hope that I hope that whatever it is that you need to do, that it goes well, and just take care. And I'll be back. Alright, sounds good. And we'll hopefully be here when you get back. And the unknown fire react says, alright, gotta charge this phone now. See you in a bit, maybe. Alright, see if I react. And redeemed hydrate, thank you for that. I can now drink some water again. Alright, there we go. Alright, so next Spinosaurus design. I can say a lot about what I said about the last one to about this one. It's got It's got a lot of like wetlands like coloring to it, like some darkish greens here and there. I like it because it makes it fit in with the environment pretty well. I also like the kind of torn up sail again, like the other one has. I don't know if it's really torn up or if there's like weird tiny like gaps in it or for some reason I don't know. It looks cool. I do like this particular picture. I think I've seen before, like whether it was like somewhere on the internet when I was younger or like maybe even in a book. I did always thought that this picture looked pretty cool. I feel like back in the early 2000s, this was a pretty commonly used picture for Spino. I think it's neat. And I do like how I'm pretty sure he's like trying to eat something here, whether it's like a bit of meat or like a fish. And that thing over there is supposed to be its sail. Not sail, like dorsal fin. I think it's neat. Plus, also a little extra, I guess, nostalgia for this particular look of Spino. I think the Spinosaurus design, I can't word. I think it was used in an old Zoo Tycoon mod. Because, for those of you who don't know, Zoo Tycoon 2 was, it's a game that I liked a lot when I was a little kid. And I usually got a bunch of particularly dinosaur mods to make the game even more fun. And there's this one particular pack called, like specifically because back then they were called, like, extra mods and stuff were called, I think they're called expansion packs instead of DLC. And I think one fan-made expansion pack was something Cretaceous. Yeah, it was Cretaceous Calamity, I think. And I feel like it went through a bit of a revamp. I don't know how long it was ago, but like long after this thing was made, but also quite a few years after before today. Somewhere in between there. But like in one of the older versions, they did have a Spinosaurus that looked a lot like it was based on this design. There's probably some YouTube videos out there that still have it. I don't know for sure, but I've definitely seen it before on YouTube videos. So I guess if you look really hard enough throughout some like really old Zoo Tycoon 2 videos for Spinosaurus, you should probably be able to see it somewhere. But yeah. Just due to the basic nostalgia and how cool the design looks, I'm gonna put it all the way up here. Also, I see more messages again that I need to get to before I forget. I see unlurk. Whoops, no unlurk command. It's okay, Wix. I'll get you an unlurk command later. As I see, I'd be talking a little bit less though. All right, that's fine by me, Wix. I know what it's like to watch a stream, but maybe not really be in the mood for talking. It's cool. As I see, you should be a paleontologist. That does sound fun, but I don't know if if I can handle I guess more real paleontology work. Like I love talking about dinos, but other things about dinosaurs that paleontologists do, I'm not sure I'm not quite cut out for. Like excavating fossils, studying young dinosaur morphology, and more, I guess more advanced stuff like that, I'm not the best with. It could be fun though, like particularly dinosaur anatomy. I want to get more into that so I can draw better dinosaur art. Maybe do some actual paleo art streams in the future, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if there's a particularly good paleontology program here at my college. I haven't heard of it, if there is one. There's archaeology and geography and stuff like that, but I don't know. We'll see. Alright, but next up we have another Spinosaurus design. This one's black and white, and it's got a crazy looking dewlap or like throat pouch. Definitely sticking out a lot with this. Wish I could see more like the actual body though. And it's got this the croco-like jaws, which is nice. The dewlap seems pretty cool. There's not much else I can really say about it right now. I guess I'll put it bottom B tier. I don't know. I can't really see most of his body, so I'm not entirely sure. Like if I could compare it to these, like just based on the headshot, but I'll put it over here in B tier, I think, in between these two older Spinos. As for now, I might change it later. We'll see. Oh, also I see Ryan Cookie's back. Howdy, Tamino. I am back. Hello there, Ryan. Welcome back. It is good to see you here again. Hope you've been doing well, and that you continue to have a good time here at the Spinosaurus Tier-List stream. Alright, so next up we have what I want to say is another like kind of stock image for Spinosaurus, because I feel like I've seen this design a lot back in the early 2000s as well. Like same as the other two up in S and A tier. I feel like I've really seen this Spino image a lot. I don't know if there's ever been any like game mods made based on it, like what I talked about for the S tier Spino, but I will say this is still a pretty iconic looking Spino for me. I like the orange overall coloring with bits of red and sail. It's got lots of the usual Spinosaurus traits you'd expect, like the long arms, the long snout. I don't know. I think I'll put it in A tier, sure. Yeah, A tier. Below this one though, because I feel like the colorings wise, like things like this general sail design, this Spino definitely takes the cake over this one. But I think this one's still pretty good. It's definitely iconic, at least to me. Alright, so next up, we're going for some big boys here. Pretty much all the Jurassic Park / World Spinosaurus designs, plus a few designs in between here that aren't quite from Jurassic Park 3, like the Jurassic Park franchise, but look incredibly close to it. Alright, so first up, let's see, we've got, well, the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park, like a still of Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 itself. It goes without saying that this design is definitely iconic, and I personally really loved it as a kid. It helped make Spinosaurus one of my favorite dinosaurs back then, and it still is one of my favorite dinos. I can definitely say, like, one weird thing. For some reason, when I was a little kid, I always thought it was Spinosaurus for Jurassic Park franchise. I thought it was always, like the body was completely blue and only the sail was red. And that's how I always drew it when I was younger. And for some reason, it took me a while to realize that, like, things like over here, the head also has some red on it. And there's plenty of blue on the sail as well. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But trying to think what else to say. Oh, hold on, I see messages. Rick says, who is the best dino besides T-Rex? Best dino besides T-Rex? I cannot answer that. I don't know. I love so many dinos out there, and I always struggle like with lots of things to pick absolute favorites. I have to choose one that I like besides T-Rex. Would it be Spinosaurus or it might also be that Spinosaurus. I really like that Spinosaurus. Those two are those two are dinos that I really like a lot. There's also Tarbosaurus as well. Zucheng Tyrannus. I really like my Tyrannosaurids a lot. There's also Cosmoceratops. I don't know. I guess for right now, I'd say maybe that Spinosaurus would be my favorite besides T-Rex, because it's close enough to a Tyrannosaurus. Plus, there's special news about that Spinosaurus going on right now. A new species was recently discovered a few days ago. Well, not discovered, but it was described a few days ago. In other words, like, the fossils have long since, like, they've probably been discovered a while ago and known about. They just weren't officially, like, released to the, like, knowledge on them wasn't released to the public until a few days ago, where they were written down in a paper and published, which most people say is a dinosaur being described. And I think that new species was called, it's like D. wilsoni. I might have mispronounced it, but it's a new Spinosaurus species, which definitely got me hyped up when I first learned about it, and it's a reason why I did a Spinosaurus Dino Fact on Monday. Well, no, today's Monday. Yesterday, I think. Wait, what day did I do? I don't know what day I did this. I did that Spinosaurus Dino Fact on. Also, let's see what it says. There's only one correct answer. Hint, it's a herbivore. Another hint, it's big. A big herbivore. I mean, there are a lot of big herbivores out there, so it doesn't really narrow it down too much. Can I ask if it's a sauropod of some kind? If it's a sauropod. I feel like if it's not a sauropod, that can definitely I can't word, but like it'll narrow it down quite a bit, since you know the whole thing of sauropods is that they're big herbivores. So excluding them could help out a lot. So I guess also having, like, if it's within a member of the sauropod family, that also could technically narrow it down a little bit. So I guess either works, I guess. Trying to think on my own. Outside of the sauropod group, there's lots of hadrosaurs that are pretty big. Like Shantungosaurus was huge, and so was his cousin Edmontosaurus. Let's see, there's also trying to think. Also, ceratopsians were very large as well. Ceratopsians. Alright, let's see. Wex says, I have no idea what that is, but it beak. Okay. So, do you know the long necks from Land Before Time? Like Littlefoot? And like, I guess the more famous guys like Brachiosaurus, Apatosaurus. Creatures that look like them. Like the long neck boys. Those are sauropods. So, any dinosaur that doesn't look like them is probably not a sauropod. Cause it's, hold on, let me just show y'all. Alright, let's see. Alright, so here's a basic look for the sauropods. Oh, hold on, I see messages, let's see. Oh, I'm correct, and you got it on the first try. Brachiosaurus. Oh, nice. Well, thank you for, I guess I'm glad I was right. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, and I guess I would say that Brachiosaurus is definitely one of the best dinos out there. It's a pretty cool one. I still personally can't decide what is my favorite, like my absolute favorites among dinos, but Brachiosaurus is definitely a classic. Anyways, back to the Spinosaurus designs. Let's see. Jurassic Park 3 Spino. I mean, I think we all know that it's gotten a lot of backlash over the years for certain reasons, but like excluding that, I always thought it was a very cool looking design for a dinosaur. And it was at least somewhat accurate for the time, considering we didn't know that much about Spinosaurus. This is a pretty good guess back then, since we didn't have any good fossils to work with. Since the only known remains of Spino from that time were the holotype specimens that got destroyed during a war. So basically, all they had to work off of was close relatives like baryonyx, which is pretty much why the Jurassic Park 3 Spino is a baryonyx with a sail. And I think it looks overall pretty good, considering what the creators had to work with. Plus, its overall look and color, like the color pattern, is pretty iconic. And I always liked the red and blue mix when I was a kid. So I'll definitely put you up in S tier. Plus, it gets a little extra. It was this design that pushed Spinosaurus to stardom. Even if it only really gave it fame just like mainly through hate because of what happened in JP3, it still contributed to Spinosaurus' reputation now as one of the more well-known theropod dinos. Also, Wick says, I like long neck dinos because they're cool and cute and no attack, very friendly. I wouldn't say that. I mean, for the most part, they probably wouldn't attack out of like malice or anything. But herbivores, they can be aggressive at times. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure about how sauropods would be, like based on like elephants and other large herbivores, even those who usually don't have to worry about predators too much due to their immense size, like sauropods. Like creatures like elephants can be pretty darn destructive when they want to be. So I feel like some sauropods could have been pretty temperamental. Also, Wick says, Brachiosaurus? Aggressive? Type of information. I mean, it depends. I would imagine if you just kept your distance and don't try to provoke them, they wouldn't bother you at all. Hopefully not, at least. But if they were to be aggressive, then it would be an absolute nightmare with like how strong they were. Like it, I don't think any like any like usual vehicle, like whether it be a bus, train, car, any of those usual vehicles that normal people use. I'm not counting in like reinforced tanks or anything like that because I don't know, but the average vehicle, most sauropods, if they were to rear up on their hind legs and then slam down their front legs on something, those vehicles would not survive. Anything in the path of its front legs when it's slamming them down on something, odds are they're not going to survive. Actually, I want to show you guys. Hold on. I just go with like sauropod stomp. Let me see. Find a good image of it. Sauropod rearing up, maybe. Hold on, where is... Oh, actually, I can show you this still from Prehistoric Planet. This one works just as well. Alright, so let me see. Go to Windows Capture. Hold on. Wait, no, not this one. Not this one. Hold on, let me see. Okay, here it is. There it is. So this thing here, what these two sauropods are doing, like rearing up on their hind legs. If they were to slam the front legs here down, you're basically dead. Unless you get out of the way, there's nothing to save you from those front legs because of how heavy sauropods are. Also, Wick says, my life is ruined. My favorite dinosaur is mean, and their arms look funny, lol. Well, those are actually their legs. They just reared up on their hind legs, to fight in this show specifically. And I wouldn't say that they're mean. They were probably gentle when they wanted to be, but when it comes to fighting, like whether it be to like fight any particularly large carnivores in their area, or if something were to provoke them, they could go from gentle to basically a walking, talking natural disaster. Wick says, my life is fixed. Brachiosaurus legs look funny. They do. But actually, I would say, now that I think about it, I don't know if Brachiosaurus were one of the sauropods that could rear up on its hind legs like these guys. I'm not entirely sure, but if I remember correctly, they might not have been. Because I think it might have been Brachiosaurus and some other sauropods like Camarasaurus. Their legs might have been a little too large, like the front legs, so they would have to constantly have like at least 3 legs on the ground. Also, Ride says, hey Tyrano, remember the time I saved you from the SCP Foundation and I turned it to Ruthless? I did not remember that. It's been a while since this SCP adventure, though. I have to look into that. Also, Wick says, wait, they can talk? I mean, they can't speak English, but they did communicate. They did have vocalizations. Which is good enough. I guess a little extra thing I want to say then. Like, particularly regarding sauropods. While most media normally shows sauropods like making whale noises, I remember Prehistoric Planet went a different direction with the sound design, and I liked it quite a bit. They did a lot of hissing and grunting. I remember, like, Rick Raptor, he compared the fight between the sauropods similar to what elephant seals do. I don't know if this particular sound effects were taken from elephant seals. It might have been. I'm not sure though. Also, Wick says, imagine meeting a velociraptor with a British accent. I mean, it's not entirely possible, because I don't know about velociraptor, but like, as modern day birds, there are quite a few of them that can learn to imitate human language, kind of. So, if Velociraptor did have the intellect and the vocal cords to do it, it's possible. It'd be very difficult for it to find a British person to mimic, because already they live all the way back in Mongolia. But if a Velociraptor were to be alive during this time and it somehow made its way to Britain, it's possible. We have no idea for sure. Well, at least I have no idea for sure. It's probably someone out there that's done the research on Velociraptor vocal cords to... Well, actually, probably not. Because I don't think Velociraptor... I don't know if vocal cords would fossilize that well. But a lot of research has been done on dinosaur vocalizations, so... You have to ask someone like one of those people to know if Velociraptor could do that, like mimic people's voices, or like just in general, like the calls of other animals. I've I've seen that trope be used for some creatures in paleo media. I don't know if anyone's ever done it for velociraptors though. Maybe other dromaeosaurs. I don't remember exactly, but definitely not velociraptor. Asawick says, send Tyranno to Mongolia to meet the velociraptors. I mean, I might have had a cousin that met some velociraptors. I think. It's one of the tyrannosaurs that I mentioned earlier, Tarbosaurus. I still have no idea if Tarbosaurus actually lived with Velociraptor or not. There's people that say they did and people that say they didn't. They both lived in Mongolia, but some people say that Tarbosaurus might have lived earlier than Velociraptor and then died out before Velociraptor came around. Other people say they might have lived at the same time, or at least coexisted for a short period. I really have no idea. I'm surprised this. So around the Dino Ages. Velociraptor. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful day, isn't it? It's such a fine day indeed. Good day, lads. Oh, actually, no, wait, I think that's Irish. I don't know. I probably messed it up. Wix says, Velociraptor. Hello, mate. Would you currently fancy some tea and crumpets? I cannot do a good British accent to save my life. But anyways, back to designs before I forget. For Spino. Actually, first I need to get some water because my throat is not feeling the best. That should be a new channel meme. British Velociraptor. You know what? Sounds good. I could probably do an edit for that maybe in the future if y'all want that. Alright, I'll see Wix redeemed hydrate. Thank you for that, Wix. Alright, let's get a little more water. There we go. Yes, thank you for that, Wix. Now, anyways, back to the Spinosaurus designs. I think this is the model for Spinosaurus from Jurassic World Alive, a mobile game that is pretty much the dinosaur version of Pokemon Go. I've actually been playing it quite a bit. I mean, it's got a lot of the same traits that the Jurassic Park 3 Spino has, of course, but probably because it's made for a mobile game, the model doesn't look quite as, it's not quite as good looking. I feel like it's a bit leaner than the Spinosaurus from JP3. It's a similar case with, the Jurassic World Evolution Spino. I don't feel like it has quite the same amount of, the same muscle or, general quality of look that the JP3 Spino has. But just to be expected, because, you know, this one particularly is for a mobile game, whereas the JP3 Spino was made for a movie. So I can't get too mad at it, but still kind of down the middles. It's not a bad design though, overall, because again it had lots of the stuff that JP3 Spino had. The model itself just looks a bit underwhelming. So I'll put it in low A tier, I think. Alright, and going to Jurassic World Evolution Spino. Well, I mean, you heard a lot of what I said before, including the Evolution Spino. It doesn't quite have quite the same feel as the JP3 Spino. With Evolution, it doesn't feel like it has enough muscle to it. I'm trying to think else. I think it might have been smaller than Tyrannosaurus when it first came out in Evolution before they had to upscale it due to fan backlash. And also, I remember in Evolution 2, Chaos Theory mode for Jurassic Park 3. In that storyline, They had the Spinosaurus be decimated by a random pack of velociraptors. Around the very beginning, too, at that. And it is, they had some dialogue of Maserati telling us to remove the Spinosaurus's body and take it back to Nublar because he has plans for it. So I feel like, suffice to say, I don't know if the evolution Spino has been getting much respect. It does look pretty cool though, like, at least compared to the Jurassic World Alive model, it does capture the overall look of JP3 Spino a lot better. I would just like if it was like muscled up a bit like this guy up here. Just beef him up a bit, and I think I would like him a bit more. But besides that, it's still a good, overall I'd say it's a good looking Jurassic World Spino. I'll put it up over here. Not above this guy, because not much is going to beat this guy here. But it's pretty good, I'd say. Plus, I got a bit of a feel for Spino, the evolution Spino, with lots of the enclosures that I made for this version of Spinosaurus, in both Jurassic World Evolution and I think Jurassic World Evolution 2. I don't know if I ever got access to a Spinosaurus though, within Jurassic World Evolution 2 yet, because I've only played Chaos Theory mode and the campaign mode so far, so I don't think I would have been able to get it in a campaign mode. And Chaos Theory mode, the only time we saw the Spino was when it was getting killed by the raptors that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, I think it deserves a spot in A tier. As I see, Wick says yes, and also a weird set of emotes there, plus Stinky Dino. Very stinky. Also, I see Ferrum is here. I redeemed bread, so I gotta say bread in a weird way. Bread! Anyways, Ferrum also redeemed hydrate. Thank you for that, Ferrum. You can finally drink some water. Perfect. As I see Ferrum says bread, yes. With a thumbs up. Nice. As I see Bando, that's Bando is here. Ayo, hello there, Bando, welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. It is good to see you here. Hope you're doing well, and I hope that you enjoy your time here at the Spinosaurus Tier-List stream. And also the Riptide is here. Hi, hello there, Riptide. Welcome. I see the Komodo Dragon Pog emote as well as an animated shark tail emote. Nice. It's good to see you here, Riptide. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day today. And I hope that you enjoy your time here at the stream. And same thing to everyone else who just stopped by. It's good to see you all here, and I hope that you're doing well today. Riptide is my favorite little dino. Oh, thank you, Rip. And you are my favorite shark friend. Alright, so right now, I mean, you could probably tell, like what we're doing, but so far we've been getting a lot of the retro Spinosaurus designs up on the list, as well as some of the, like, not completely retro Spino designs, but some of the older ones, plus the Jurassic Park Spinos. So that's been fun. And we're making our way over to the two Spinosaurus designs from Jurassic World the game, which I've actually played myself a few times in the past. Right now, though, I haven't really been playing it much. It's just kind of been chilling around on my phone, hoping for the day that I become bored enough to play it again. But I did get a lot of progress throughout the game. At the very least, I got up to like a level 30 Stegoceratops, and that was my strongest dino. I never did get Indominus Rex though, and from what I've seen of the game now, there's not only Indominus, but there's other hybrids as well, like other legendary hybrids. There's super hybrids like the Indoraptor. You can play with boss creatures as well. It's got nuts. But yeah, Also, I see Bando with some emotes. Nice. I see Riptide says, and it might be a Megalodon, so possible Dino Shark? I wouldn't say Dino Shark because Megalodon actually lived after the dinosaurs did. I think it was during the Eocenes or Miocene. So it was in between when dinosaurs died out and when humans started to evolve. Also, Bando says, Dino Shark. Also, like, getting back to the Jurassic World, the game Spinosaurus designs. I have to say, again, like with the Jurassic World Alive Spinosaurus up here at the bottom of A tier, they're models made for mobile games, so I don't feel like I should give them, like, be too harsh with them for how they overall look, but I still don't like that much the overall design for the base Spinosaurus, which, if I remember correctly, this is the one for like the level 1s to level 10s. And then after that, usually you have to evolve them to, and then when they become level 11s to level 20s, they look a little bit different, like a little more vibrant in color. Then they evolve again to level 21s to 30s. And then this one over here is 31 to level 40. I have to say, I think the base look is not the best, so I might put it beneath the Jurassic World Alive Spino. I think particularly the skull shape is kind of throwing me off. It doesn't look like the one from Jurassic Park 3 or a scientifically accurate Spino. Which is good that they gave it a unique skull structure, but downside, it doesn't look very good, in my personal opinion. But then there's the Jurassic World the game's level 40 Spinosaurus design, which I think looks a lot better. It's a lot more vibrant with coloring. The sail looks a lot more spiky. I kind of like the red osteoderms on its head. Make it look a little more flashy. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are kind of mixed on Jurassic World the game level 40 designs, because usually it's just give them the brightest colors possible, give them a bunch of random spikes here and there and stuff like that, but I think it looks good, and I've said this before in the past, but my golden rule is if something isn't made for education in mind, then I don't really care how scientifically accurate it is or not, as long as the design looks cool. And I think this looks pretty cool. So I think I'll go up in A tier, above the Jurassic World Evolution Spino, but it's not above this Spino over here. Also, I see more messages. Let's see. Riptide says, Bando does Bando fight me. Oh no. Please don't. Also, sharks are very old. Like, there were some older shark species before the extinctions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure sharks and fish in general are some of the oldest living creatures out there. Like, the general group. I don't know when the first sharks evolved, but I'm pretty sure they are older than the dinos were. And also I see Bunny Prince Abby is here. Hello there, Bunny Prince Abby. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see you here, and I hope that you have a good time. Also, I see Bando does Bando, says Riptide. When you lose, you have to be my personal... Oh. I don't know if I can say that. And I don't know if I can say that either, for Riptide. All I'll say is that I hope that you all can make peace, please. No fighting allowed here. Only vibes. But anyways, next up we have this design of Spinosaurus. The coloring, as one could probably see, it looks a lot like the Spinosauruses from the Jurassic Park / World franchise. But based on its overall look, I don't think it comes from any particular, like any official Jurassic Park media. So I think this is a design that someone made with the Jurassic Park Spino as inspiration. And I will say, I mean, I do like the look, like the general look of the image with the Spino being in water. Overall, those. It looks like, I feel like this is gonna be rude to say, but it looks like more like a stock image of a Spinosaurus rather than something like, I guess, more unique, like what the Spinosaurus from the Jurassic Park franchise has. Like it looks like one of those like stock images you can get of dinosaurs on Google. Like actually, I think I'll stop there. I feel like if I say anymore, it's gonna sound mean. But I don't think this has it doesn't have the same like iconic or unique feel that the Jurassic Park Spino has, or most of the Spinos here. Doesn't quite feel like its own thing right now. So I think I'll put it in low B tier, maybe. It's not bad, but there's room for improvement, I'd say. I mean, I don't know if like this image is probably pretty old, so I don't know if like whoever made it will actually like see this. But also I see Riptide says, I'll be at peace full for the dino, but if I'm in your chat Banda, okay. Violence was the vibe from the get-go, apparently. I guess so. I'm gonna see some emotes of Pikachu Libre, Machamp, and Charizard from Bando. Everyone, just relax. We have Spinosaurus designs to talk about. We must vibe and just listen to this. Plus, there's a nice music from Lofi Girl. You know, just listen to this and just we can all be at peace. We can all be happy. Hopefully. But anyways, let's see. Next up, this is actually pretty. It's actually something that kind of I hold dear to my heart. It's both Spiny's fully grown form and chibi form from the anime, or I guess the anime and games, like the general franchise of Dinosaur King. I remember Dinosaur King. It's one of my favorite It's one of my favorite shows growing up. And it possibly was the first ever anime that I fully watched, like every single episode. There was only 2 seasons though, so it wasn't exactly too hard to do, but I still had plenty of fun with it. And I did play the the Dinosaur King DS game, maybe like a year ago on stream, which was pretty fun. As the thing Riptide says, I remember I heard that apparently the British used to bash dino bones together to make new ones. I think just in general, like, not even just in Europe, but like all over the world, when the dinosaur craze was going on, like the Bone Wars was a thing. A lot of people were just bashing together random dinosaur fossils, creating fossil chimeras, as they're called, to present as quote unquote new species and just get the fame of describing new dinos, even though they're not real. They basically, back then, paleontologists they were stealing each other's homework and then just tearing it up and Frankensteining it with other people's homework and then presenting it as their own thing. And Austin Riptide says, Dinosaur King, I love that show, same. Honestly, I don't know if anyone who doesn't like the show. Everyone everyone I've met, they either love the show and still remember it, or they love the show and they distinctively remember it from their childhood. Also, Bando says, kid bashing dinos, lol, they did. But yeah, regarding Spiny, let's see. Well, I guess like, in terms of just general design, I do like that they overall diverted a bit from this, from Jurassic Park 3 Spinos and, like, general Spinosaurus looks from the time a bit, by giving him purple, like, for his design, to make him stand out a bit more. Like, I don't know if this sounds rude, but like, if I were to see, like, without any context, if I were to see Spiny lined up with a bunch of other Spinosaurus designs from that era, I would point at Spiny and ask, like, who spilled the cranberry sauce on that Spinosaurus? It's something unique that actually makes it stand out from other Spinos from that era. I feel like it's a little more shrink-wrapped than other Spinosauruses from that time, though. Like, I think he looks overall a little more skinnier than others, like the JP3 Spino. Particularly around the head. But at the same time, I feel like he was... I guess it kinda fits with how he was in the show, because I feel like he was kind of frequently shown as much as I love him, he was frequently shown as one of, I guess, overall the Alpha Gang's weakest dinosaur, if not the second weakest. Tank might have more L's than Spiny. But I remember his first appearance in the anime as a wild dino before being taken by the Alpha Gang. It was him getting one shot by a headbutt from Terry. So I guess the extra thin build that Spiny has kinda makes sense, if you look at it that way. Kinda wish that the poor guy got more love though in the show. And he did get plenty of love, actually, now that I think about it. Trying to think. There are quite a few times, like, where he fought Paris and actually beat her. Specifically Paris the Parasaurolophus, who was a grass element dinosaur, while Spinosaurus is obviously a water one, so he beat up he went against type advantages a few times and won, which I can give him credit for that. So I guess technically also, he lost when he had a type advantage before as well, when a Saurophaganax, who was fire, demolished him in like a few moves. It's also that time in season 2 where he defeated one of the space pirates dinos. I think it was a Spinosaurus in a really awesome fight underwater. I guess going outside of his adult forms moments, Spiny as a chibi. I guess I did like the little moments throughout the anime where he, Terry, and Tank as babies, they're kind of like go around messing things up within the Alpha Gang's HQ. They would bite around like constantly on Dr. Z's beard. I think those were cute moments with him. I don't know if there were any like specific moments just for Chibi Spiny, like how Chibi Terry had that one moment where I think he ate the red Cosmos Stone and went on a rampage. But it was still fun seeing Chibi Spiny whenever he showed up. So, all in all, I think due to how unique their designs are, plus general nostalgia from the show, y'all both are going up to S tier. Not biased whatsoever. Alright, so So next up we have another Spinosaurus design that looks a lot like the one up here that's like right at the beginning of S tier. Actually, I dare say this one looks more like the old Zoo Tycoon mod that I was talking about before for this Spino design. I think this one actually resembles it a bit more. Hold on. I gotta go check for a second, see if we're not misremembering things and it actually existed. Let's see. Zoo Tycoon 2, Zoo Tycoon 2, Wetlands Spinosaurus. Oh, I also see some messages again. I found a Gundam that was bashed into a dino. Really? I guess that's not too out there. Like, pretty sure there's lots of mechas out there, like built in the shape of dinos. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kit made something like that. Also, see, Rip says, "Yep, I'll DM it to you." All right, sounds good. Actually, hold on. Let's see, not Wetland Spinosaurus, Cretaceous Calamity Spinosaurus. Do we still have pictures of it? Internet, do you still have pictures of the Spino boy for me, please? No, God. Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Is this the one that I remember from back then? I'm not entirely sure if it is. I'll keep looking around just to be sure. This is the only one I see. Everything else either looks too recent or it's just a completely different dino from Spinosaurus. Hold on. Yeah, see, Zoo Tycoon 2, Cretaceous Calamity Spinosaurus. Huh. Yeah, I think this is the only image of it at least I can still find over on at least on Google. So let me just save it and show it to y'all over on OBS. Alright, hold on. So let me just get the Windows capture back up and go to here. Let's see. Alright, here it is. And there. This is the Spinosaurus, that old Spinosaurus mod for Zoo Tycoon 2 that I was talking about. And I think it actually it more resembles this guy than the guy up in S tier. I mean, I still like it. It's still staying up in S tier, but the nostalgia factor is now kind of going over to this design because it reminds me of this old Zoo Tycoon mod that I used to play around with a lot when I was a little kid. Plus, I still remember this images as well from my childhood. So I feel like this design was also one, like the image was one that was frequently used, like for old YouTube music tributes and other like stuff on the internet for Spinosaurus. I wonder if anyone still remembers like those music tributes. Instead of like AMVs, they were just called either music tributes or it was always titled like tribute to something. Also, actually, now that I think about it, this also reminds me of an old Spinosaurus J-Pog skin, right? Let me see, green. I remember seeing an old Spino skin for J-Pog that also looked a little something like this. Hold on. The Wetlands Spinosaurus J-Pog. Nope, we're not seeing it. Okay, I think I found... This looks like the skin, but it looks like a fairly recent image. It'll do. Alright, so let me just put this back, and also, I got a new image for y'all. Let's see. Image, please. Alright. put this here. Put this. Ah, here it is. Let's see. I think this one. Yeah. I think this one also looks like the Spinosaurus design over here. So not only did it not only have I seen this image a lot throughout my childhood, but it did inspire two really awesome looking mods for two games that I knew about a lot when I was a little kid. And particularly Zoo Tycoon 2, it was one that I played around with a lot. Plus, in general, I like the wetlands aesthetic of it, with lots of greens on it, and a bit of like lime yellow. I don't know if that's the right name for that color, but I like it. Plus, it's got the typical features of a Spino from that era. You know, the long arms, the crocodile-like jaw. And I'd say overall it's pretty beefy. It's not too skinny like some of the other Spinos that we've seen here. So it's not exactly too shrink-wrapped. So I'll put you up in S tier with him. I'll put you right next to you. There we go. Also, I see more messages. Let's see. Riptide says, yep, I'll DM it to you. And I see the unknown Fire React says, I'm back. Welcome back, Fire React. Welcome, welcome. And thank you for the hydrate redeem. I should go drink some water. There we go. Riptide says there's also that kid I tweeted at you that was a dino. Ooh, I don't know if I remember that, but I'll go check. Also, Bando says, that looks like it's from the Jaguar. Wait, which one? I don't know which one you're talking about. Unless you're talking to Riptide, maybe. I don't know for sure. But in any case, next up we have a rather interesting looking Spinosaurus design. We've moved on away from the Jurassic Park ones, and I guess some of like for the most part like the shows. So we're going back to for the most part until like a little bit later, we're going to like games and actual paleo reconstructions. And this guy, he seems very interesting. I like the pattern like on his sail at least, and it sticks out a lot from the main body, which is pretty interestingly white. But also, his jaws look like they were based around like a pelican, I think. Like, he has a lot of loose skin underneath his jaw that looks like a gular pouch. If that's how it's pronounced, I don't know for sure, but it's certainly an interesting feature. I like it. It's definitely one of the more out there Spino designs that we've seen so far. And it's got the usual Spinosaurus traits from this era, so we can't take it down for scientific accuracy at all. At least for this time period. And again, the design itself looks pretty darn cool, so I'll put it up in A tier above this guy. But beneath maybe the evolution Spino. I also see some messages. The unknown Fire React says, while my phone is charging, I was trying to finish my prop. It's not finished yet, Lamau. Well, good luck with finishing it, seeing Fire React. I hope it goes well. Alright, next up, we have, I don't know where this is from, but it's another Spinosaurus design, typical of this era. It's got a nice looking snout, nice looking sail as well. Coloring wise, it's pretty basic. It's like mostly reds with maybe a couple browns here and there. But I mean, I like that kind of coloring. Plus, sometimes simplicity works best. It's also got a bit of skin under the snout, under the jaws. Possibly like a cooler pouch, I don't know. Like the last one? I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like I see a hint of a head crest. There, like a small bump. Possibly as a reference to other Spinosaurs like Irritator, which are known to have like an itty bitty head crest on the top of its head. I think in between where the eyes are. Or like in front of them. I think it looks neat. Alright, so then. I think it overall looks better than this guy here in A tier. So put it above him, but not quite as imaginative as the pelican looking boy here, so doesn't go above him. Alright, and then next we have, okay, we have an interesting one here. This Spinosaurus, I believe this is a design from Turok, I think. A relatively old dinosaur game, from the early 2000s, I believe. I haven't gotten the chance to play it myself, but I've had some people recommend it to me, and I've seen a bit of gameplay of it from when I was a little kid, and I thought it looked pretty cool. Actually, hold on, I need to check. Is this actually the Turok Spinosaurus, or am I thinking of another game? Hold on. Let's see. Turok Spinosaurus. Is this actually it? Wait. Oh, no, that does not look at all like a Turok spine. But that doesn't look like something. Hold on. Wait, it's from a different game actually. It's called Jurassic the Hunted, apparently. Interesting. Okay, I haven't heard of that game before, but I mean, I did at least see some kind of gameplay of it from when I was younger. I don't know if by Gaming Beaver or someone else. I mainly see a lot of get introduced to a lot of dinosaur games with help from the Gaming Beaver. Plus, I also best in slot as well. I don't know too much else about this Spino then. I mean, it's definitely taking creative liberties with its overall look, and I'm fine with that because clearly not going for scientific accuracy. It's from a video game. It's definitely not about education. It's about entertainment. As for how the design looks, it's a bit odd. There's a bunch of spikes on it, and for some reason, something about the design kind of screams droopy, I guess, to me. I don't know why. But like with the big gular pouch, or like neck skin there, plus a little extra over here as well, like not beneath the jaw, but like on the actual neck. Yeah, there's something about him that just looks like he's like all droopy. I guess it could help with like, I guess, the wetlands kind of aesthetic maybe? Like, this is a creature that's supposed to be hanging around a swamp a lot? Not sure though. Something got a gnarly looking snap there. It's definitely not something you would mistake for any other Spinosaurus design that we've seen so far, or ever again. It definitely helps this makes itself stand out a lot. And also based on the images I saw before, I think it might have killed a T-Rex in its game, so it might be infamous amongst people that play Jurassic the Hunted. Whether or not it's for good reasons, has to be decided. But it does a good job of making itself stand out. It's a very unique take on Spinosaurus for a video game, so we don't need to worry about scientific accuracy there at all. I think overall it looks pretty neat. I don't know if I like it more than the pelican boy though. I really like the pelican boy a lot. So I'll put it right beneath him. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So the next up we have, I think this is a Spinosaurus from Primeval. So I guess one thing I want to say, even though not a lot of paleo nerds out there watch Primeval and love it, I unfortunately have not gotten the chance to watch Primeval myself. I have seen a couple of clips here or there out of context, and particularly when I was younger. I watched this clip of Primeval from an episode where there was some kind of synapsid fighting something called the Future Predator, which was really cool. It was this weird kind of spider chimpanzee alien looking thing, and it was nice to see that in spite of how horrifying that Future Predator was, it got demolished by a synapsid, like a not highly evolved, but like, oh yeah, highly evolved, but like a creature from the long distant future gets demolished by a creature that one would consider to be more primitive compared to it. I think that was kind of neat, like showing off how strong prehistoric creatures were, even if it's against a fictional, highly evolved creature from the future, which most people would expect to be extra strong, nearly invincible. But yeah, as for the Spinosaurus though, I really don't know too much about this guy since, like I said before, I haven't seen much of Primeval, so I don't know too much of what it's all about. I do like the sail though. It's not going for like the semicircle approach. The way the spines look, it almost looks like as if it was like a bunch of blades lined up in a row, which is kind of neat. So for the Spinosaurus overall, like its coloring, it's mostly a dark gray, but I think I see a bit of red around where the eyes are and on the throat. It's kind of interesting. And I guess it kind of makes sense, like, for a creature. Yes, I feel like places on like the head and neck are places that most creatures will like be focusing on, and it'd be a good place to have bright colors if like you're trying to attract a mate. So I think that makes sense that it's got extra bright colors there, while maybe even though the rest of the body is kind of dull. The brighter colored areas, they're where it makes sense for them to be. I think it's also got the small head crest that I mentioned for this Spino design up here. Actually, I want to check first. Hold on. Let's see. Primeval Spinosaurus. Let's see. Primeval Spinosaurus. Just in general, like a better look at the Spino could help me out here. Oh, dear lord. Okay. Well, I can show it to you right now. Alright. Get the next image. Okay. There we go. Here it is. So, it's definitely, now that I have a good look at it, it is a much more scrawnier looking boy than I was expecting. It's extremely long legs. Kind of ironic for what we're going to learn about in the future, but I mean, for the time, it's not the worst. Plus, since this is for a TV show that's clearly sci-fi, rather than like emphasis on fiction rather than trying to focus on scientific accuracy, I think this is an interesting take on Spino again, like I said before. Definitely making it look like it's like some kind of pursuit hunter, using its long legs to chase after prey, which the real life Spino definitely could not do. as we'll soon see. Also, fire access looks like a skinny Didge Spinosaurus. Very skinny boy. Yeah, like I said before, it's got lots of bright coloring, like particularly red, around where the head is. It's got like a comb kind of thing actually on its throat. Now that I look at it, word. Now that I look at it, kind of like a rooster. I mean, I feel like in some cases that kind of skin tissue, like soft tissue, on a dinosaur, it kind of grosses me out. I don't really like the rooster like combs on them. But I think it kind of works with this Spino. I mean, everything else about the design is certainly out there, so it doesn't stick out too much. Plus, I did like the little extra, like, I want to say like bit of sail, but like something that looks like a tiny fin on its, on the top of its tail is pretty neat. Plus, I guess it in a sense, Primeval was a bit ahead of its time by giving the tail a fin, but we'll get to that. But overall, let's see. I feel like it's definitely a lot more scrawnier and, I guess, far out there compared to other Spinosaurus designs that we've seen so far. It's pretty clear that it was made for, like, not scientific accuracy, so we're not going to say anything about that. There's the general design. I don't know if it's that visually appealing to me entirely. There are parts that I like about it, but overall, it may not be my absolute favorite out of all the Spinos we've seen so far. I think I prefer it a little more than the Jurassic, the Hunted at least, Spinos. And some of the others out there. I like this. I like the overall look of the sail. Like, its general look makes it look more gnarly and, I guess, intimidating compared to probably what a real Spinosaur might have looked like within Primeval. Because, as far as I know, lots of designs from Primeval are these kind of gnarly, extra spiky and, I guess, kind of terrifying looking creatures. Except for the synapsid that I mentioned before. It looked pretty accurate, actually. And also, actually, now that I look at it, it doesn't have the head crest, I don't think, but a bunch of spines coming off the top of his head, which is certainly an interesting take on, like, I guess, headgear for the Spino. Same thing about the little comb. Yeah, in that case, I think it deserves A tier for like the absolute uniqueness of its design, but not too high because it could look more visually appealing. Starting by giving the poor thing a sandwich, at least, because that thing was scrawny as heck. Anyways, next up we have this Spinosaurus design. It also looks like a stock image from what I can see here. At least it reminds me a lot of like typical dinosaur stock images. But I do really like its overall pattern and look. I mean, it's got the standard features for a Spinosaurus from this era. Like the semicircular sail, crocodile-like jaw, and the long arms, and also the long legs, which we will be talking about later. But the pattern, I'd say, for the Spino looks pretty nice. Like, it's got red near the eyes and on the throat, like with the Primeval Spino. but the rest of the body really outshines it in my opinion. It's got a nice mixtures of browns and blacks on it, especially on the sail. Looks really nice. Reminds me a bit of like a fan when I look at it. I like it. Plus, I see, again, I think it looks like a tiny head crest here, which might be a reference to Irritator and other Spinosaurids that are believed to have had that small head crest. Which I like that, even though we don't have direct confirmation for Spinosaurus having it in particular. It's a nice touch, I'd say. And it's a healthy bit of speculation that makes the dino look a little more interesting. So in that case, I don't know. I put it above. I like the pelican boy a lot, but I think, like, in terms of general color, like coloring of the body, I prefer this Spinosaurus more, actually. It's a lot more distinct and pretty interesting, like really eye-catching. So I should put it above the pelican spino. Alright, and then next up we have a Spinosaurus, which I'm pretty sure based on the art style is, I feel like it's safe to say that's from Land Before Time. I'll check just to be sure though. I don't know if there's really a need to do that, but just in case. Let's see, Land Before Time Spinosaurus. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that definitely is it. Oh, apparently, now that I look at it, I think there's been other appearances of Spinosaurus within Land Before Time. I think this is the one from a TV show. Oh yeah, it is. We'll be focusing on this one though, which I think it's from, it might be from a movie, I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, hold on. I gotta try and get, I think this image is gonna be good to show off. Hold on, let's see, save, and let me just put it into OBS again. Alright, let's see, where is it? There it is, I think. There we go, that's it. So that's a better look we got at the Land Before Time Spinosaurus. So let me think. Alright, so actually, few things. One, hold on, let me check. I want to clarify something because I've noticed it just now, and I want to make sure it's not just like the still looking, like based on the angle. Wait. Oh, hold on. Oh, got it. Okay, the images have confirmed it for me, but, and I just get the Windows capture back. It's not just the angle here, but the Land Before Time Spinosaurus has only 2 fingers. I don't know why, because it's a very interesting take they did for the Spino, because I remember Chomper, who was supposed to be a T-Rex, he had 2 fingers in like the first movie he showed up in, but in later movies, as well as in the TV series, he somehow grew a 3rd finger. And yet with the Spinosaurus here, who's supposed to have 3 fingers, he instead has 2. It's a very interesting design choice. I don't know why they've done that, but I guess there's people out there that like look into things like this that I do. It definitely sticks out in people's mind. The Spino with 2 fingers. But besides that, I think it's got like its overall body build. It's kind of what you would expect from the sharp, like the other sharp teeth from Land Before Time. With, of course, the longer snout for the Spino. It is not quite as long as it normally is with Spinosaurus designs. It's longer than the typical sharp tooth, but not quite like crocodile jaws kind of look. Looks a little more like, actually, looks a little more, I guess, like a caiman. Like the snout is fairly long, but not too long, and kind of rounded. It's an interesting look for the head. And then there's the teeth and the overall jaw structure. I kind of like the little nook that Spinosaurids have on their jaw. I can show it to you guys real quick. Hold on, let me just look it up. Spinosaurus jaws. Hold on. Let me see. It's not a lot of good images of it with the mouth closed, unfortunately. Hold on. Let me look. Yep, I'm struggling to. Hold on. Let's see, closed mouth. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, that's a good image I can use. Alright. Let's see. This one was made by bioluminescent bulb. Alright, so let me show it to you guys. Hold on. Let's see. Bioluminescent. Where are you? I think this is you. Oh, yep, there you are. A bit too big though. Now we just shrink it down a peg. Alright. There we go. So, like this little nook here that you see on the front of the snout, where there's teeth on the lower snout are poking. Nope, lower jaw are poking out. I kind of like seeing that in Spinosaurus, and I mean, I don't mind that this one doesn't show it, but it could have been a little missed opportunity to make like a snout overall look, like even. I guess make the design overall look even more like stand out from other sharp teeth. I mean, it does a good job of that already, but a little extra wouldn't hurt. And then besides that, I like the little spikes on its neck. I don't know if the Spinosaurus had osteoderms there, but I mean, it's an interesting little touch that, like, I guess makes the design more fearsome, and it doesn't stick out too much. For the sail, it looks a bit small actually for a Spinosaurus. It kind of stops abruptly, like around here, whereas normally it would be like a nice smooth way down. Like, trying to see if, like, for example, I guess like the Spinosaurus for Jurassic Park 3, it sails kind of more smoothly, goes down to the neck. Whereas this one, it's a bit more abrupt with where it stops. And it also looks, it doesn't look quite like the usual sails that we see, which is kind of interesting. It looks a lot more like dorsal plates, similar to a Stegosaurus, is just kind of like in a row. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, obviously it's Land Before Time, they're not going for scientific accuracy, but I don't know if, like, aesthetically wise, that's more interesting to me than just a regular Spinosaurus' sail. It works well, I guess, with the little extra spikes that we see going down the Spinos' back. If we got more maybe around on the neck, then it would look better. Besides that, though, it does look pretty good. And I think it looks kind of neat. And I guess it does kind of stand out because, kind of like Spiny, it's got purple on it, which is not a color you see too much on Spinosaurus. Plus, it's got other features that help it to stand out, like I guess just general traits that I guess that just help the Land Before Time art style stick out from other dinosaur cartoons. So stylized look sticks out a bit from other Spinosaurids. Spinosaurus design specifically. I do like it. I think I'll put it above the primeval Spino, but I don't know about like comparing it to the pelican, so I'll put it right over here. I see we already we've now gone down to 2 rows for tier A. Alright, so then next up, well, it's definitely not gonna be tier A, I'll give it that much. Well, I'll say that much. So first, we need to get rid of this image over here. Get rid of this. Alright, so let's see. It's I'm sure anyone that's a paleo nerd has probably like heard or seen of this. So we got the Monsters Resurrected Spinosaurus. Alright. I feel like a lot of us can agree, like especially scientifically accuracy wise. Actually, we can specifically go for scientific accuracy because it's from Monsters Resurrected, which is supposed to be a documentary. So it's supposed to be educating people, like how Spino actually looked. It did not do a good job of that. Actually, hold on. Once again, I gotta get a bigger image to just really show off to what the Monsters Resurrected Spino looks like. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good enough still with like the whole body on it. Let's see. I think this is good enough. And it definitely it captures the whole thing about this this version of Spinosaurus at least. Alright, so then let's get this back and then let's put the image here. Oh, there it is. Yep, here's the Monsters Resurrected Spinosaurus. So, for one thing, the arms are way too spindly, like in this image particularly. And second, I'm pretty sure I don't know about this particular still, but in the still, at least like down here, I'm pretty sure the arms are pronated, which means that the palms are facing downwards towards the ground instead of supinated, like the palms are facing inwards towards each other, like how it should be for theropods in real life, and how it should have been for a design for a theropod within a documentary. I'll give this Monsters Resurrected Spino some credit. The sale looks alright for the time. Like, there's nothing too out there about it. It's just a kind of typical semicircle sail with a bit of red at the top. But going more into the Spino's design, I don't think that the skull structure. Well, I guess we don't know too much about. I don't think we have skull remains of Spino yet, or if there is, I haven't heard of it. But normally, when working with dinosaurs and other creatures that we don't have enough fossils of it to know what they themselves might look like, we usually base them off close relatives, like say baryonyx in this example. So I would safely say that the skull shape doesn't look quite right. And also, if I remember correctly from Red Raptor Wright's review of Monsters Resurrected, this Spinosaurus is probably extremely oversized. Possibly, I think he said it might have, like, comparing it to the Rugops that it killed in the documentary, its actual model would presumably make it around like 250 feet long or something like that. Basically a kaiju-sized Spinosaurus, so that's a bit odd. Plus, also within that documentary, like mentioning the Rugops just now, it was mostly just doing a lot of killing throughout the documentary and not much else for it. So, but it doesn't give people much of a good impression of this Spinosaurus design. Plus, at the very end, it just gets ragdolled by a group of Rugops. It's kind of underwhelming, in my opinion. So, I'm just gonna put it down here. And this time scientific accuracy is included because, again, this was from a dinosaur, like supposedly a dinosaur documentary, being Monsters Resurrected. So we can actually include whether or not it was scientifically accurate into a critique of it. Alright, so then next up we have... It's actually a rather interesting one. And I guess... Actually, first, look at the designs. I'm actually gonna do this one first because I want to save the design that all of these guys over here are related to for a little bit later. So this one, it might be an old Papo Spinosaurus toy. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like one, and it definitely overall captures like the shape of the JP3 Spino with its own distinct coloring, which is nice. At least got the muscle that the JP3 Spino has that other Jurassic Park Spinosaurus designs don't quite have. I think the sail looks pretty neat. It's got I think it's got the little head crest here as well. It doesn't quite stand out that much, but on its own, I say it looks alright. So, I'll put it above Primeval Spino, but beneath the Land Before Time Spino. Alright, so then we have these guys here, which is going to lead to a rather interesting tale. Alright, so... as far as going to all these designs that we have seen so far, all of them are either from like before 2014 or they were already based on a design from before 2014. So like for continuity, they couldn't change it. Specifically, I'm talking about the Jurassic World Spinos. But in 2014, some new Spino, like after who knows how long since the original Spinosaurus holotype fossils were destroyed back in World War II as a result of a bombing. In 2014, they finally found more Spinosaurus remains. And then they found out that I realized I forgot to turn off the Monsters Resurrected Spino image. My bad. Alright, but yeah, 2014, they finally found new Spinosaurus remains after all this time. I think about 20, or not 20, like 60-ish years since the first ones were destroyed. And part of those remains included oddly short legs. And because of this, it led to it led to the Spinosaurus that we know of today, but an interesting debate mainly whether or not Spinosaurus was even bipedal or quadrupedal, with people suggesting that it might have walked on its knuckles. I personally never really liked that idea, and quite a few other people didn't either. And nowadays, it seems like that theory has kind of been thrown out the window in favor of Spinosaurus still being bipedal, but it just had short legs, and that was that. But lots of the designs we have right over here were based during that era when Spinosaurus could have been quadrupedal. So the first one here, I think this is a pop-up Spinosaurus design again. Aesthetically wise, I do not like the quadrupedal look of the Spino, as I mentioned before with the old Spinosaurus design here at the bottom of C tier. I will say though, the head looks alright. I think this is the first we've seen of the M-shaped sail for Spinosauruses. I guess going further into that, based on pictures and other stuff that we have left of the holotype specimens of Spinosaurus, there could have been a small dip in Spinosaurus' sail, or maybe it's just like it was just something to do with like how the paleontologist that had them just arranged them. And it wasn't actually there wasn't actually like a dip in the sail that made it M-shaped. I don't know too much about that, but I personally like both the semicircle shape and the semicircle shape of the Spino sail and also the M shape. Both work for me. I think this looks kind of neat on the pop-up Spino. Plus, I don't know when the design was made, but it does look like it has a, oddly enough, a fin-like tail, which we can get to that a little. We'll get to that a little bit later. If only it wasn't quadrupedal, I would probably like this toy design quite a bit. But because, well, you know, it is quadrupedal, I'll probably put it down into maybe bottom of B tier or top of C. I think I'll put it at top of C, actually. And then there's this Spinosaurus design, very similar to the last one. Again with the knuckle walking, the M-shaped sail again, and also the small head crest. If you can see it, it's a bit hard to make out, but I can kind of see it there. It's very it's like a little bit of orange there. Aesthetics wise, I don't like it that much. Scientifically accuracy wise though, because there's a whole debate going on in paleontology where we can't know for sure. Well, back then we couldn't know for sure if it was scientifically accurate or not to have Spino be bipedal or quadrupedal. We can't really take it down for that, even though it is a reconstruction of Spinosaurus. So it's supposed to be scientifically accurate. We didn't know what it was at the time, like bipedal or quadrupedal, so it's alright. So based on just personal opinion of how it looks, I don't like it so much. I can't see the tail though, so I don't know if this was made when they found Spinosaurus' tail fin and added that in or not. If it was from 2014, they'd probably just have like the typical theropod tail. But regardless, I'll put it in B tier. Just because I personally do not like how Spinosaurus looks quadrupedal. It's just not my thing. No hate towards whoever drew this though, because it looks really darn good. It's just I wish it was drawn bipedally. And that's it. And then next up, This is actually an interesting one. Because it was this model was made. Actually, you can't really see much of it, so I think it's time to get another image out for this one. But a little bit of context while I'm looking around for it. This one was actually made for prehistoric kingdom, which has lots of really darn good dinosaur designs, especially for the likes of T-Rex and Microraptor. So I kind of find it surprising that they kind of went down this route for Spinosaurus. So as far as I know, I don't think Spinosaurus is in it's in prehistoric kingdom yet. So it's possible that they I can't word. It's possible that they are they're planning on like reworking it until prehistoric kingdom goes out of early access, and then they'll give us a revamped Spinosaurus. Also, I don't know if that's new or not, but I think Fire Act redeemed Hydrate and redeemed the bread, so I shall do both redeems right now. And I'll actually first let me just get everything ready. So here we go. Oh, alright, it's new. Hello there, unknown Fire React. Thank you for the Hydrate and the bread redeems. So if you don't mind me, I shall drink some water right now. There we go. And also, bread. There you go. There's your bread redeem. And it's good to see you here again, Fire React. Hope you're doing well, and hope that you enjoy your time here at the Spinosaurus stream again. Unless you were already here. Well, you were already here. Unless, like, you were still here. Then I hope that you've still been enjoying it. But, let's see. Trying to find the thingy for Spine. Alright. There we go. Here's the Spinosaurus concept art for Prehistoric Kingdom. They're actually, as you can see, like I said before, they actually went for the quadrupedal walking style, which I'm kind of surprised about, and I personally don't like, especially since it's coming from Prehistoric Kingdom, since they have really good designs with most of their dinosaurs that are scientifically accurate. But again, this one wasn't part of early access, so they might be working to revamp it. But besides the quadrupedal stance, I like the look of the skull. Like, the snout looks about right, and I like the little head crest it's got going. Again, probably a reference to Irritator's head crest, and like the head crest of other Spinosaurids. I think this one's a bit bigger compared to what the others normally are portrayed with, which is kind of neat. And it's got the M-shaped sail as well, which is cool. And I like the overall coloring with like dark. It kind of reminds me of like crocodilians, but like light gray underbelly, and then on the top side it's darkish green with some stripes here and there. Reminds me even of like a Nile crocodile, actually. That's kind of neat. And this is based on this, the tail. This was made before 2020, when a certain paper was, when a certain discovery was made about Spino. As I see, Unknown Fire React says, no problem, I was taking care of every streamer redeeming the same thing, lol, and went back here for the fun time. Alright, sounds good. Unknown Fire React. And it's good to see you here back again. And hope that you've been doing well. Ooh, that looks like a water type of Spino. I mean, Spinosaurus itself would be a water type, in a video game. It's known for swimming and catching fish. Alright, so next up. Well, actually, first I need to rank it, so With all this in mind, Spinosaurus from Prehistoric Kingdom. I mean, I like this. I really like Prehistoric Kingdom's designs usually. This one though, I think they kind of dropped the ball on. So. Still, lots of features of it I like a lot. Like again, the overall coloring, the skull shape, and the sail look neat. So I'm not going to be too harsh with it. I'm going to put it in the bottom of A tier, I think. The bottom of A. It's just the quadrupedal stance that's taking it down a notch. Alright, and then next we have this Spinosaurus design over here. This one also has the M-shaped sail. I don't know about the head crest. It might not be there. But it's not quadrupedal. It's actually bipedal, which I like. And the overall coloring is pretty interesting. It's like a mix of gold and black, which is kind of neat. The skull shape, from what I can see of it at least, looks right. It's kind of cut off a bit. And it's got the short legs from the 2014 paper. So going for scientific accuracy during this time, it holds up. Actually, not holds up, but like it looks scientifically accurate for the time. So I think I'll put it above the primeval Spino at least. And maybe above the Papa Spino as well. Actually, yeah, probably even above the Land Before Time Spino. Also, the Unknown Fire React says, dang, so many A's. I don't know if I'm just like too not harsh enough or something, but I just want to put a lot of them up in A tier. And lots of them are pretty solid. Alright, so next up we have another Spinosaurus design. I can't tell if it's quadrupedal or bipedal because it has the short legs from the 2014 paper. I think based on the stance, I think it's bipedal. I don't know. Actually, hold on. Let me try something. Alright, let me just get rid of this. Alright. Let me look it up. Okay, hold on. I found the main picture. Alright, so let me just save that. Alright, and let's put it over here in OBS for the world to see. Alright. There it is. And then put it over here. Alright, so here's the full image of the Spinosaurus. Alright, so thankfully, as I was expecting, it's not quadrupedal, it's bipedal. I think the legs are shorter. I'm not entirely sure that they might just like be like early 2000s era long legs. Yes, ooh, greenery. Lots of greenery fire reacts. Ooh, I do like the detail of like one of the finger claws being larger than the other two. That's interesting. I don't know if I've been looking at that for the other Spinosaurus designs or not. I do like this. The sail looks pretty interesting. Looks very flat, oddly enough. So it might not be like going for either really M-shaped or semicircle shaped, but like I guess oval, which is kind of interesting. And I like the little nook over here on the snout that Spinosaurus had. I like that attention to detail. And it's got the nice little head crest on top. I mean, I like Spinosaurus about the head crest as well, but a little head crest also is interesting to add as well. Either works for me. The skull shape in general looks about right. And I see the tail it looks like it's pre-2020. But I gotta say, like you said, Fire React, lots and lots of greenery. I think the color scheme of this Spino really stands out a lot. Like, the light gray on the bottom, some light darkish green on its body, and around at the top, it goes to browns with some very bright blues, which is interesting. Not something you see a lot on Spinosaurus. Plus, there's bits of light blue over here on its neck, and a little bit of light blue / dark green on the crest. It's a very interesting color scheme, and I really like it a lot. And yeah, imagine a camouflaging Spino ball. That would be awesome. And I can definitely see it with this Spinosaurus. Like the green could definitely help with make it look like a mossy rock. And possibly the color pattern of its sail could maybe look like the sky. Maybe for like some herbivores that they don't do the best when it comes to looking at color. To them, it could look somewhat like the sky, and the blue areas could look like clouds to them. Yeah, done on Fire React says it's like a skin from dinosaur games. It kind of does, actually. I could kind of see this as a cosmetic for a Spinosaurus in a video game. Yeah, I like it a lot. And it's probably one of the most scientifically accurate Spinosaurus designs that we've seen pre-2020. So I'm actually going to put you up in S tier, below Spiny and Spiny. But it's still a really dang good design. Alright, so next up we have the two Spinosaurus designs from Planet Dinosaur, which is a documentary. But it's from the era where we didn't know like whether Spinosaurus was bipedal or quadrupedal. So I remember seeing this from the documentary. This Spinosaurus is about to go down on all fours to walk towards the water. While this image from prehistoric, from Planet Dinosaur, it stays bipedal the whole time. Alright, so let me think. Well, based on the skull, like the models, I'm pretty sure, like, okay, actually, now that I look at it, they're a little bit different, but in terms of like skull shape, they both seem pretty accurate. I know with the one from prehistoric, not prehistoric Planet Dinosaur, I see the little nook here for the snout. I remember the head crest of it when I watched the clip. It looks a little different from what's normally shown for a Spinosaurus. It looked like the top of a star, if I remember correctly, like it had little points. I kind of liked it. It's a bit odd for a Spino, but it definitely helps it to stand out. And same thing with the coloring, though. It's got the wetlands kind of colored, like some of the Spinosaurus designs that I really liked up here, with a little bit of red on the head. If I remember correctly, I think the Spinosaurus from Planet Dinosaur had, like the semicircle shaped sail. And I thought this one here, the one that's, I'm guessing is supposed to represent the quadrupedal looking Spino from this documentary. This one has the M-shaped sail. I'm trying to think what else. I guess like in terms of color, I do like the darker coloring like on top that the Planet Dinosaur, well, like the bipedal Spinosaurus has, with little bits of I think it was yellow or light green on them. Plus a little bit of red as well also makes it stand out. Same thing for this one over here, though it looks like towards the back, it's a lot more lightly colored. Which doesn't look quite as cool as the one over here. There's some dark coloring around on it, at least. Plus, like, around the edge of the sails, got it. I don't know. I definitely say the Planet Dinosaur Spinosaurus looks pretty darn good as a documentary from that era, like the 2014s-ish. So I can't say anything bad about them, like scientific accuracy-wise. I don't like the quadrupedal one, which I'm guessing this one is supposed to represent. Actually, I should check. Hold on. Did it actually represent quadrupedal spinal? Quadrupedal Spinosaurus. Specifically from Planet Dinosaur. Let's see. Trying to get a good image of it. It's not. There aren't any like shots of the full body. As the unknown fire react says, it's like for attraction. I mean, it's Spinosaurus' sail. We don't know exactly what it's for, but I can definitely imagine attraction being what if being something for it could have been used for. Like, I can't word, but like it would make for a very interesting display structure since it's incredibly hard to miss. Plus, with the kind of colors it could have had, it would be excellent for showing off to others of its kind. Yeah, for fish. And I guess it could also like bedazzle some fish if it wanted to. Okay, so actually now that I look at it, apparently the Spinosaurus design, it was from a documentary called Bigger Than T-Rex, which I have problems with. Now, well, let's see. I still can't find a good picture for it, though. Let's see, quadrupedal Spinosaurus, bigger than T-Rex, I guess. Even though it's not bigger than a T-Rex in terms of body mass, it was longer than a T-Rex, but that's it. Alright, let's see. This is the closest picture I can get. Alright. Hold on. There we go. Oh, whoops, my bad. Switch over to here. Alright, so go to image 2. Let's see. Where's the Spino image that I wanted? Oh, this is it. This is it. Okay, so color-wise, it's actually a bit different from the Planet Dinosaur Spino. It's got this. It's got that same head crest though, with the little red with the little points. It's got much lighter coloring than its buddy did. Like around the snout, and also along like on the sail here and there. Bits of lime green. Not about lime green, but like bits of green slash like yellow dark green. I don't know. Also, these interesting little spots on it. They look like osteoderms, I think, along the side of his body. I don't know if Spino had that, but it is an interesting look, I guess. Definitely helps it to stand out. I'm definitely going to put the Planet Dinosaur Spinosaurus pretty high up. Possibly above here, actually. Above even this guy. Up in A tier. As for the bigger than T-Rex Spinosaurus, though. One, like I said before, Spinosaurus was not bigger than T-Rex. At least in terms of overall body mass, it was longer than T-Rex, but it wasn't taller or beefier. And as for the overall design, again, I don't like bipedal Spinosaurus. I don't like quadrupedal Spinosaurus that much. I like quadrupedal. I don't like quadrupedal Spinosaurus. I like Spino up on 2 legs. So, the bigger than T-Rex Spino, it's not the best for me in that department. Though this still of it is showing it up on 2 legs. So maybe I can give it a little bit of mercy. Plus I do like the kind of rectangular sail, which is kind of interesting. It's got, the coloring is also kind of, like, it's distinct at least. I'll put it above, this guy. Above the Jurassic World, Alive Spino. Actually, no, I like it more than this. I'll put it right underneath the Papo Spino, I think. I think that's where I'll put it for now. And then next we have, I see that I might have misplaced some Spinos because I wanted, like I said before, I wanted to line them up by what we knew of Spinosaurus during throughout the years, from oldest to youngest, but some of the ones that definitely came, at least they look like they would have come before 2014, are still in here. But let's check them out all the same. So I think these two Spinosauruses are both from the Isle with, I think the one here is supposed to be a Hypo Spinosaurus. Well, this one's a regular Spino. Alright, so as far as I know, neither of them are quadrupedal, so thank you for that. As for the Isle Spinosaurus, like regular Spinosaurus, based on what I've seen of Spino from that game, because I played the Isle myself, I think it looks pretty darn good for its time. This is as far as I know. I don't know if the legs are shorter as a result of the 2014 paper or not. I think it's long, like before 2014, but it still looks good. I mean, it always looks good, but like, I don't mind it. Because again, it's for a game. It doesn't have to be too scientifically accurate. I like this, the semicircular sail they went for. Plus with like little bumps along the edges, so it's not like a perfect semicircle. I think the little bumps in between help to make it stand out and look more realistic, like more natural. And as far as I know, the skull structure also looks like what is to be expected for a Spinosaurid, so I like that. There's also the arms. I'm pretty sure they're also like up to date with what one would expect for a Spinosaurus during like before 2014. It might have come out, like this design particularly might have come out afterwards, but again, it's for a video game, so it's okay if they don't go with complete scientific accuracy from the time that this was made. Also, the unknown force reactors of the Hypo. God, I love it. I mean, I don't know any of the Hypo dinos that don't look good. Like, as far as I know, there's kind of like supposed to be like genetically enhanced, improved versions of the dinosaurs they're based on in lore. Plus, they've got like some unscientific, but like they've taken a lot of interesting creative liberties with it to make them more terrifying. Like, I think if I remember correctly, the Hypo Spinosaurus, when it roars, it could split its lower jaw like Shin Godzilla. to make the roar even more terrifying. I don't know if the Hypo T-Rex could do that as well, or maybe it was the Hypo T-Rex that could do that and the Spino roars normally. I don't remember. I think it was the Spino though. But yeah. Overall, I would say I like the Eye of Spinosaurus, like the base Spino, perfectly fine. The Hypo one is, again, I love how cool it is, especially with the roar that splits his jaw. But just like how it is normally. It doesn't stray too far away from like all the good features that the base Spino has. It's got like basically everything you need in the right positions to make it, you know, that you show people that it is indeed a Spinosaurus. As far as I know, the skull shape looks about right until they roar. Then there's a few things that don't look quite normal. But like the sail looks good, the legs and arms, everything seems good. And I can't really say anything about the Eye of Spinosaurus or Hypospinosaurus's colorings because, well, I played the Isle. I know that you can change the colors to however you want, so we can't really rank them based on the color palettes because anyone can choose whatever color palette they want for their Spinos. Also, Fire reacts as it's like they're from an alien planet. And you show that image, and you show that because Twitch does not like it's Lamau. I still don't know why Twitch censors Lamau all the time. I said it before and I'll say it again. It doesn't feel necessary because it's just something that people use a lot, like on the internet. It doesn't sound like something you gotta censor. But anyways, I think overall, like, these are some very solid designs for the Io Spinosaurus and the Io Hypospinosaurus. So I think they're both going pretty high up. Do I allow them to go up to S tier, or should I have them up in A tier, right next to this boy? These are really good designs, though. You know, because I love Dial, I'll give them credit where credit is due. They're going up to S tier. I'm biased, and I will not apologize for it. Alright, so next up we have another Spino that looks kind of like it's supposed to be from 2014 or before that, I think. I don't know. Well, I definitely say it captures the look of Jurassic Park 3 Spino again. So I think if I look correctly, I think the arms are septated, like the palms are facing each other, as opposed to the ground. So they're actually in the right posture for a scientifically accurate Spino. I think the skull's right based on what I can see. That's kind of hard to tell. It's got not quite an M-shaped sail because there's not like a noticeable dip, but it's not a semicircle one either. And it has the tail that looks like it's from before 2020. I think overall, like including the coloring, reminds me a bit of Quillium and other Jurassic Park 3 raptors. Excuse me, other Jurassic Park 3 raptors, with the big white stripe along its side. That looks kind of nice. Plus, lots of the cream coloring looks kind of good on the Spino. For some reason, the sail in particular, like, is mostly lightish colored with darker coloring around the borders of it. The coloring of it, it reminds me like of burnt toast. Well, not burnt toast, but like just general toast, I guess. Like darker colored on the edges, but around the like closest to the center is more lightly colored. So the Toast Boy is going up in A tier. I think to maybe around here, I think. I think he deserves this spot. Also, the fire react says, I kept saying it for no reason. Hold on, let's see. I'm missing a lot of messages. Oh god, the hypo, I kinda love it. I like the hypos. It's like they're from an alien planet Lamau. I kept saying it for no reason, it's okay. Fire react. I'm glad that you're excited about the hypos. And also, yeah, my mind is screaming S. Well, worry no longer because the Isle Spino and the Hypospino, they're both up in S tier. Alright, so next up we have what looks to be two of the same kind of Spinosaurus, I think. It looks like the quadrupedal though, which I don't like, but they do have rather interesting looking sails. One is rather gnarly looking, with one, I think it's supposed to be like extremely semicircle, like the one on the right. It looks like a door, kind of. Whereas the second one has the M-shaped sail. The colorings of said sail and their main body looks pretty interesting. Like red and black for the, well, not red and black, orange and black for the sails, and it looks like light green for the bodies. Plus a bit of red for the one on the right. Unless that's supposed to be blood, I don't know. I hope not. Alright. No, it's got it here too on this version. So they're not too different from one another, except one looks a little chunkier. It has the M-shaped sail. The other one has the semicircle ish sail. They both look to be quadrupedal though. I can't see either of their heads. I think I'm... I don't know. I think I'll go with putting them at bottom B tier, I think. They're not bad, but not quite my cup of tea. Maybe I'll put this guy underneath them. Alright, and then we're down to our last two Spinosauruses. And both of these look to be bois from the 2020, like post-2020 era. So I guess it's time to talk about this discovery where, around 2020, it was discovered that Spinosaurus would have had, a large tail fin, kind of, similar to that of a tadpole or like a newt. And it would, I think you can see it pretty well with this one over here on the right. And this tail would have helped it when maneuvering around underwater as it swam. And to also rule out the theory that Spinosaurus might not have swam, but instead just stayed close to shore. There was another discovery from within these past few years where a paper was done studying the bone density of Spinosaurus and other dinosaurs. And it turns out that Spinosaurus, as well as a close relative named Baryonyx, they both have relatively dense bones similar to that of other semi-aquatic animals, like hippos and penguins. So they would have been able to better control their buoyancy, which means they would be able to more effectively dive around underwater. As you can see with these images. Now going to the designs themselves. This spine over here, it has an M-shaped sail, and its coloring actually looks a lot like this one over here, up in B tier. It's got longer. I mean, at least the arms don't look like they're in the same they're the same structure. So there's that. Hopefully, it's not quadrupedal. And then I don't know if the legs are short or they're not. I think they are short. And I can sort of, I think I can kind of see the tail fin. I don't know for sure if it's there or not. But overall, I think it looks nice. So, I'll put it over here above this guy, but not above the pelican boy. And there's this last one over here. This Spinosaurus with kind of a basic, like, lightish brown coloring. And probably the most clear example of the large tail fin. So that's nice. Oh, I see the unknown fire reactors. Alright, that looks cool. Indeed it does. Alright, so... I think, yeah, the legs do look short. I think that... I can barely see it, but I think the skull is right. Can't really see what the sail shape is like because the tail's getting in the way. But it looks alright, so... Not quite as colorful as the one up here. I think I'll put it over here, maybe, I think. I think this is it, but at the same time, I feel kind of odd that I didn't put any of the more up-to-date Spinosaurus designs up in S tier. I think it's okay as it is, though. So I guess this is pretty much it for the Spinosaurus tier list. You can let me know what you think right now, and I personally think it's, let's see, it's not too bad, I think. I think overall I'm quite happy with it. As per usual with most of my tier lists, the tier A was definitely the most populated one. I think that's pretty fun, I'd say, like talking about Spinosaurus specifically with all you guys throughout the whole stream. That was fun. But I mean, we don't really have much else to do here right now. Plus, we are getting to kind of around the time my time for the study room should be over. Specifically, 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. So I guess we can just shut down for the night. Also see, Fire React says AS 20 A's, 7 B's, 9 C's, and 1 D. Good, pretty good. Yes, very good. And honestly, the only D is because I have a personal vendetta against just the Monsters Resurrected Spino. I just don't like it that much. But yeah, so I think right now is as good a time as any to just stop here since there's not much else really to do. But thank you to everyone who stopped by during the stream today. I hope you all had a good time here, and I hope to see you all next time that we decide to do a tier list stream, whenever that'll be. Let's see. I gotta go over to Twitch right now and find somebody to raid. But as I do that, again, just want to say thank you to everyone who stopped by today. I hope you all had a good time here, and I hope to see you all next time that we do a tier list stream, or I hope to see you in some other streams as well, where we just the usual stuff like playing games, chatting, maybe drawing, or doing tier lists like this, or watching movies, or just in general having a jolly good time here. I'll also see Fire React says, alright, sleep well, Dino. I'll be at school. Alright, sounds good. And I hope you have a good time at school, Fire Reacts. Alright, so let's see. Trying to find who do we raid today. Actually, hold on. Let's see. I see Garl Brown, a T-Rex VTuber, is streaming right now, doing a just chatting stream. Alright, let's go check him out. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so I guess now we shall go from one T-Rex. Actually, hold on. I'll show you, just show you all one last time the tier list before we finally head off. So, do the raid command. Oh, I see. Unknown fire reactors. Alright, sleep well, Dino. Thank you, fire react. I'll be at school, fine as always. Sounds good. And good luck with school. Alright, so I should put the raid command in chat now. And we shall go from watching, you shall go from watching a T-Rex to a tier list to another T-Rex doing a just chatting stream. Alright, yep. Alright, so once again, thank you to everyone who stopped by today. I hope you all had a good time here. And that I was able to entertain you all with all my rambles about Spinosaurus. And just trying to think what else to say. I guess just have a good rest of your day. Take care, and I shall see you all later. And until then, bye-bye for now, and see you if I react. And bye-bye to everyone.